The latest statistics from TxDOT show nearly 1,000 people a year are killed in drunk driving crashes in Texas, and more than a quarter of them are people between 21 and 25 years old. And a recent AAA survey showed that 1 in 8 people admitted to drinking and driving in the past year. And today, people are going to be marching on Capitol Hill to bring awareness to the issue of drunk driving here in Texas. Doug Shoup is from AAA, and he's going to be one of those people marching on the Capitol this morning, but he's joining us in studio right now. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning, John. Thanks for having me.
So what are you hoping to accomplish today in this march?
Well, the reason we're going to be out there this morning is we're marching silently. We're going to be remembering people who've been killed as a result of something that is entirely preventable. We're also going to be marching for change. We want people to make changes in their behaviors, whether they've made past mistakes before, made bad decisions before. Change what they do. Talk with friends and family and neighbors, coworkers about ways we can prevent impaired driving. Unfortunately, it's continuing to happen, and it's happening all too often.
And to go along with that, that survey you guys had, 1 in 8 people said they had, it wasn't just drank and drive, but it was drank at least a little too much.
Right. It was a recent poll by the AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety, which found that 13% of those surveyed admitted to driving while they were impaired within the last year. 9% of those admitted to doing it more than once within the last year. So that's why we have to talk about changing behaviors, changing how we think about impaired driving. Regardless of how little you think you've had to drink or how little of a distance you think you have to drive, any amount of alcohol is too much.
Yeah, and it's still driving, whether it's a block or a mile or whatever.
Absolutely.
So how do we compare here in Texas then to other states?
Unfortunately, Texas is one of the top states for alcohol impaired fatalities. Last year in Texas alone, 884 people died as a result of DUI alcohol related crashes. More than 2,100 people were seriously injured, and in all there were about 43,000 crashes that involved impairment.
Have you guys been able to pinpoint why? Is there something that makes Texas more vulnerable to this than other states?
Unfortunately, it's just a culture. People think, well, if I've done it once, I can get away with it again. But just if you have done it once, consider yourself fortunate that you survived. But think about, not only what you could do to yourself, but to other people out there on the roadway. If you plan to celebrate with alcohol, make a plan ahead of time. It's that simple. Either have a designated non-drinking driver, a cab company, a ride-sharing service, or just a plan to stay overnight somewhere.
Sure.
There's so many options out there. There is no reason why you need to drive after you've been drinking.
So what can people expect if they go out to the Capitol today to take part in this?
It's a somber march. We're going to be walking around the Capitol. It's a silent march to the single beat of a drum, and we're going to have people who've lost loved ones, lost family members, lost friends. We're going to be walking with law enforcement, other traffic safety advocates. We're going to have young people, because you never really can start talking about this too early for the young people. We want the young people that are going to join us today to see the faces of those who've lost loved ones. And it's something that continues to haunt you for the rest of your life. You always wonder what that person would have been like had they still been here. And so we want young people to see that so they'll make better choices, safe driving habits early on.
All right, it's 10 o'clock today at the Capitol. Anybody can show up, correct?
Anybody. It's open to everybody, and we certainly hope that anybody that is concerned about impaired driving or has been impacted by impaired driving will join us today. A very brief event, 10 a.m., should be over by 10:45 a.m.
Doug Shoup, thank you very much.